but one that will have a much higher pace. As mentioned, T1's early game stats are some of the best in the leagues, very good at early objective control. And their drafts allow for it. Sometimes their drafts up into it a little bit too heavily. And Sandbox have been one of the great big surprises. At the beginning, we weren't sure whether they were just getting a couple of back-to-back, quote-unquote, lucky victories. But as we get deeper into the season, where they rank in the top 6 remains to be seen. But that they are part of the top 6 at this point is proven certainly.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious at this point these guys are really overperforming, and, you know, I say overperforming, that's just compared to our expectations, but this is their actual level, as you have made clear. Like, these guys are actually
hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a fucking bangaroo, yeah?
Need to see them continue with this and move it into playoffs. That's definitely what we'd like for this.
This is a banger game. Such a banger game. Burdle versus Zeus.
Individually had big moments. Everybody's, you know, really coming into their own. Closer, obviously, a top mid. Willer really impressing us.
If there's an edge, the Liv Sandbox has,
well at the key player matchup now.
I would have to say it's Willer.
What I was expecting, Keria versus Kyle.
Willer has been a beast.
This is a matchup.
He's been a beast.
Super exciting. It's where I think that normally Sandbox has one of the big advantages. We have seen a lot of supports have very low lows and high peaks. Kyle has been just really good across the board, but he's going up against Keria, and I would tend to agree with you, Valdez. If you're talking about the best individual players across the entire league, regardless of role, then Keria is going to be at the forefront of that discussion. From the top of my head, I don't even know who you'd like put up above him, because it's not easy when a player is this creative, this consistent, and is able to find so many angles for no matter the game state.
You know, I have been a long-time Keria fan, I suppose you could say it. But it's, you know, it's kind of funny that I feel like even as the seasons are coming along, he's even beginning to outshine.
I really like your full game Go streams on YouTube. Well. That's cool, Lord Grim.
Like,
I'm happy you're one of the only people that does. Appreciate it.
Come out, and I think there's definitely an argument to be had. I think it's hard to say from just one round of the spring split.
Oh, Fakers
you know,
in the sky already did. He is meditating.
Before we do head into the game, gotta make sure you restart that computer every once in a while.
And I'm glad we also got the close-up on Zeus and Birdo, because it's important to remember that Zeus and Birdo came up around the same time. Players are close, players have played together under the same org, on their T1 for a decent amount of time. And then Birdo had a path filled with trials and tribulations. He has looked really good at times, and he's looked like the weakest link on a team.
Suggest movie to watch? Parasite. Watch Parasite.
On D+, we saw that the constant rotating in and out was something that he was just not able to deal with, but the current environment of Liv Sandbox, with Willer being one of the most awesome teammates that we've seen in terms of comps, has made this player...
You like a Bloodborne?
We still see some of the inconsistencies, but it's made the matchup closer than I think it could have been over the last 2 years. Now, do I think it's close? No, not necessarily, because it's still Zeus. And as I mentioned, Birdo's path filled with trials and tribulations. Zeus' path has been, he debuted... And then
boys, it's Ryu versus Faker. Ryu needs his revenge.
One of the 2 best top laners at Worlds in his first year as a
oh, he just touched his mouse. By the way, me and Zeus have same mouse. Same mouse, me and Zeus.
He has already built for himself.
Well, we'll see if Liv Sandbox have a chance.
And I played like my first league tournament when Zeus was born, so. And I had the same mouse back then too, so he copied me, obviously. Alright, Annie, Maokai. Annie, Maokai. Ashy. Let's see what happens with Draven. Elise Navidad. We've got Seju, but both of these teams like the second tier junglers too, via Wukong. Karma ban, okay. So we need Caitlyn ban now, yeah. Okay. Main thing here is that if T1 first pick a jungler, let's say the first pick Sejuani, and then, okay, thing is, what I wanted to say, if they first pick Seju, then they can leverage their matchup knowledge here on 2-3, but just because they first pick Lucian, the enemy team will get a Vi angle, and maybe they pick Seju themselves, but they can easily match Azeri Lulu, right? Big jungle on 3. Imagine a world here with T1, let's say they first pick Sejuani, and then the enemy needs to decide if they're going to go Lucian Nami angle, just pick Zeri and drop support, because the enemy can then slam a full bot lane 2-3. And then they'll have the answer to answer, the opportunity to answer. But maybe they are less keen on playing. Morning, afternoon, no clue, I'm in NA, it's 6:30. It is currently 12:30. I just woke up. Just in time for this BO3. Okay. Sejuani completely ignored, but that's fine. GC. I want to see how Jax gets treated here, right? I'm very curious if T1 have changed their prior on Jax. Caliban looks like there's a situation where T1 is looking for Azir. That's the Jax ban, okay. I think you go Azir on 4 and then drop pick top on 5. What an interesting draft, guys. We love to see it. We love to see it. All of these curveballs. It is an absolute pleasure to see this draft. Hey, Carlson. Hey, Milasso. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Okay.
I just, I wasn't going to say anything until it came out because I just wanted to make 100% sure. But I already was.
Zayas is good enough to just go for a blind Fiora, but we're not going to. We're not going to take any risks. This is game number 1.
Nara's very strong blind when you already banned a couple of answers, or at least one.
Is it a Birdo Yone angle?
What?
So, there are 3 opportunities here. It might be Gragas jungle. It might be Gragas jungle with Nard top and then
Wukong mid. Really?
Well, I don't think that's good. But the alternative is that you're playing Gnar mid and then Gragas top and Wukong jungle. But Gnar mid.
Ooh, Silas top. Okay, thank you, Burdol. Thank you. Thank you, Burdol.
That's not happening.
Well,
is Faker just going to?
Thank you, Burdol.
Might be going top. I mean, actually, Birdo could just play it into the Gnar.
Birdo has played this matchup a ton. The Dove Tech?
The Dove Tech.
It's me. It's back.
No way.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So because of the Azir being locked in, they feel safe.
No way.
And then the Silas comes in, and also we're playing.
Oh wow. Okay. It's Azir top.
And Silas is like.
All right.
Put that in like gold colors in the draft because you're up against a Gnar and a Gragas and a Wukong.
Okay.
And Lucianami. I mean, every ult is great, but especially the Cask and the Gnar ultimate are.
All right. So we have Gragas versus Silas, and we have Azir versus Gnar. I honestly think that's a winning for Silas, and I think it's a winning for. Top 2.
Like, how is Gragas mid not the most exciting part of this? Like, what is happening?
I think it's the Azir top is the most interesting.
Well, that's... I agree. But how is that... Oh.
But also the Silas...
Koma... Isn't Koma in Damwon? Maybe... never mind. I think Koma actually is on a break.
Oh, boy. Might be in for a banger here,
Koma was in Damwon last year.
We're already starting off with the fun one, guys.
Because, like, I met him at Worlds.
Until we got to the number 4 and number 5 picks.
But I think that there was, like, drama surrounding Asian games, and then he took a break. Right, ladies and gentlemen. I think Azir into Gnar is winning. That should be winning for Azir. I'm curious which runes he goes. There's, like, heavy lane runes, which are, like, super strong, like the Comet. into Scorch, cheap shot. Wow, he's exhaust TP, guys, exhaust TP with Conqueror. So these are more scaling runes, but I think they are a lot worse in this game.
I can already predict the last time we saw Azir top, but that's easy. That was
last time we saw Gragas mid.
Also that, yeah, because that's going to be a lot of years.
Yeah.
Because even
yeah, if Closer wanted to, he could go for Conqueror and play the usual Silas, but
I would assume that Faker played this mid.
Thing is, Inspiration and Resolve, these trees are so strong, so it's hard to pass up on in terms of how strong they are in laning. See the little Q stats, maybe. Is Gragas mid the thing again? I'm not sure, guys. Like, Faker picked Gragas here into Azir showing on 4. So maybe it's just an answer into Azir, but I don't see the reasoning there. So we shall see. Burdul is not playing Flash. This is exhaust.
And this is exhaust teleport for the Azir here.
Yes.
And it makes a ton of sense, right? Because the Azir top has been like kind of a...
Azir top is unironically strong. Wunder was practicing it a lot, actually. I think it's unironically strong.
Don't really play Azir unless they're Dove.
Dove does.
Well, yeah, there we go.
4-0.
4-0, Faker on Dragoon. How did Sedge go through, though? I think that the game just became very focused on the CC long range engage junglers the moment Lucian was first picked, which is something standard that we see.
And then the R5 Silas came in.
Yeah.
So Wukong Vi. What do you think about Wunder out? I'll talk about it after the game, right?
That's too many layers for me, Valdez. But as we were talking about on the top...
Oh.
The first is you need to actually play, but it's very similar...
I think with Doran's ring is actually has an easier time resource management with the resource management. The only thing about Silas with Doran Shield start right is that you actually don't have a mana pool. Especially here closer, he decided to go for Dematerializer instead of Biscuits. Usually use Biscuits to kind of solve that issue for you, but this kind of means that closer is gonna base on only one item, meaning like 400 goldish, 500 goldish. Because otherwise he'll just be limping towards everything that Faker is going to be doing. Alright, that's the Ignite. A bubble.
Gonna have to use that heal just to get out safely. So both secondary summoners and all secondary summoners used by all 4 bottom laners.
But Envy is going to back here.
Willer's clear speed here was quite slow. I'm not sure how he ended up being so slow, because he was doing Wolves, he was doing Raptor, Red, Gromp, Blue, Wolves, and he was done with Wolves at 3:30. And now he has the Raptor respawn into Golems. And it's not like Wukong is behind here, it's like he has done 1 camp less and he'll base faster, and he already ganked bot. I wonder if Vi should have actually contested the bot side river, right, because of how bot lane, the bot lane matchup works. Early levels, Zeri Lulu can contest, and now that got disrupted, so Lucian Army are very happy already. Yeah, there's a big issue for Envy. Like, if the wave is probably too big for them to not be able to crash it, but if T1 bot lane get to thin this out, and they get to leverage the fact that they have Durkin to Vampiric, could be dangerous, but I think that the wave is too big to even consider that. Should be fine. I think as long as Lucian gets to farm this, it's all good.
I don't think you should be going down to Gnar.
Yeah, with Conqueror runes, you don't have enough force to push out Gnar out of the lane. Just no way. Faker fucked up his E here. He didn't do wave. Right into the wave. Ooh, Dragoon. Faker. There's something so absurd looking about Dragoon. sidestepping shit. If you buy, I'm in.
Trade here down on the bottom side. Remember, no secondary summoners. Everybody's got flash.
Slightly favorable trade here for the T1 bot lane, particularly because Guma is still sitting on 2 cookies. And a refillable early on here for Keria means that these extended trades are going to go down.
I always buy refillable on support. Greed is good, my friends. Ooh. I wonder if with the right click tap, if Envy would have had lethal there. Yeah, we're looking leverage effect is level 5. Kung should be 5 after one more camp. Okay. Gragas is hovering here, so it's very awkward. See, Faker is just managing his resources a lot better. His mana is endless, and he's just regening up any damage the closer wants to do. Now with the catalyst things will be easier though, for closer. The closer is walking back to lane with half a mana pool just because he doesn't want to miss more than like 2 melees. Dragoon gets the base in. We'll see if Close's mana pool will actually affect his odds here on, of course, the Rift Herald fight that is coming up. Here both bot lanes need to go into bottom side, but Lucian's first, so probably Nami will be able to cross. Here usually what bot lanes do is they stack this one together with the next wave into Crash, into Hover for Herald, and then Wukong will get 6. He'll get 6 over the blue. Maybe he needs to do Gromp as well. I'm not so sure about the XP, how much he shared when he was bot. I think probably needs to do 2 camps. And then ideally he does blue into Gromp, and then when Gromp is finished, he starts the Rift Herald, and Lucian Nami will be able to hover. But it turns out, I'm trying to read the minimap, it turns out that the bot lane is getting pushed by Liv Sandbox instead. If it's too contested as well, both can't really move.
It goes down at 14 minutes.
Yeah, for the first 14 minutes, like, if we can't teleport to top lane, or to bot lane...
Yeah, Feka has so much mana in his pocket because of the tier, and Closer doesn't have enough of a mana pool to even push him down. They don't decide to play Herald. They're just stepping into bot side river. I think considering this is the first Drake, I don't mind at all, like if there was a situation where Wukong was just hitting the Rift Herald there, because of the mid situation. Okay, this is very deep. Wow, nice follow from Envy. Holy shit. Oh, the barrier. Okay. Holy shit, that's actually game winning, guys.
This is some vintage sandbox that we're watching here.
Okay, well.
Oh shit, Bulldog just cocktailing the game. Oh no. Not like that, guys. Thank God we won't see others top in our solo queue games. Okay, okay.
And it's fortunate that this bot lane play goes as well as it does. And here we see something that teams have gotten better about.
Envy really played this good, man. He just knew he had to commit with his boy Vi. So important. Very important. And then Faker just wanted to have it for the play, right? But his team lost, so his position became very lost. Really well played by Envy. No, no, Burdol. Eesh. Oof.
Got him. Saying he uses exhaust. So pretty calm from Zeus. Gotta imagine that the calms at that exact moment weren't exactly cheery.
Yeah, in a world where that fight was much more contested, the Faker's move would have been brilliant. But just because the fight was so one-sided, it actually just didn't matter.
Here we go again. Nice little trade from Zeus. Not really in kill range, but it's one of those very common just pressure plays.
Burdle picked Ozzy for his boy Closer to be able to play Silas.
We'll also be seeing an Everfrost here from Burdle, which will make that specific play a lot harder, but also is going to mean that his damage in a side might not be as Zeus is. So he got counterpicked. He is currently just.
Oh boy, here we go. Guma does have flash this time. He's going to use it. The polymorph comes out.
Okay.
As Willer just.
It's much easier for them to fight in the lane because Zeri doesn't have like big obstacles to jump over to actually connect with the Vi. Like the fight there on Tribush, this was like the best case scenario because Zeri can just connect really easy with her opponent. How does that allow him to play Silas? Well, they picked Azir on 4. Enemy picked Gragas, and then he's like, can you play the Azir top? I will play Silas mid here. And that was the conversation.
We are keeping Guma on the back foot. We are taking away his summoners as that's the last time we saw was Burdle as well into T1.
That's too funny actually. Yeah, I would imagine Azir is better into Gragas than Silas into Gragas. But it's more about Silas gets a free lane against Gragas, he gets to scale, and then he has Gnar ult in the game. I think that's the whole idea. It's not about beating Gragas, it's about being Silas and having scaled. It's like, if someone tells me, would you rather have a Silas that has perfect farm or Gragas perfect farm? I take Silas any day of the week, right? Good day, Leo. Leo 19. Is that a shout out to Leo DiCaprio and his preference of women? No, I'm kidding. Let's see how this continues. Divine Sunderer, okay. Oh, here we go. Now he connected. Good Nami wave though. Good Nami wave. Good Nami wave. Oh, boner. No flash, no W. Okay. No one cares about topside, guys. It's all about that bot lane matchup. Really important Nami wave there. Really important Nami wave. Yeah, Q max of Silas, like the base damage is insane if you hit the second part of the Q. It's pretty cool when you have like Vi on your team and you can just combo it freely. Okay. I think Faker is the last homie that I care about having extra gold in this game. Not because it's Faker or not Faker, it's just because he's playing Dragoon. Crown does make sense, to be fair. If you're Azir on top, it's like you need to be matching on side and Crown is strong for side, but it definitely makes you weaker later. Maybe it goes Crown into Nash's Tooth. I wouldn't like that, but maybe there's no better way of building him. Ro is an old Gragas item, he loves it. It's not quite the same. When Gragas loved buying Road of Ages in the past, he could get a Morellonomicon and he could just get 40% CDR really easily. So it's not quite the same. I'm not a big fan of the Roa. I think Everfrost is just better. The main thing, right? It's like skill points are not that big for Dragoon. And the main thing, right? Wow. Zeus is just a bit too good. He can't flash actually, he did. He doesn't have flash. I was about to say he has to flash, but He just has egg sauce. Okay, owner dead, no flash. Oh, Gumayushi. Holy shit, Gumayushi is crazy. Okay. We still have Zeri ult on. Zeri ult on. Zeri ult on. Zeri ult on. Zeri ult is not on anymore. Oh, Gumayushi. Wow. Honestly, Gumayushi played this so good. Gumayushi actually played this so well. Look at Gumayushi, right? Pay attention. Okay, never mind. Oh, oh. Wow. Oh my god, man. Look at Gumayushi here, guys. Look at Gumayushi, okay? Look at Gumayushi. Look at Gumayushi. Woo! My man goes through them. He goes through them. And then that little sidestep of Gumayushi to not get hit by a second Q. Oh my god, man. This is a bit too good. It's a bit too good. Oh shit, dude. Wow. I am amazed. I am actually amazed. I am amazed. Well, at least the game is alive and well. We don't have a completely doomed game. As long as Nar is not involved, let's be honest.
We've come a long way from the Pigragas mid days where his AP ratios were insane. He does kind of just run in there and has to flash away. A bit questionable from Faker, maybe trying to bait out a fight. He's been doing this a lot recently. Extremely aggressive play from Faker as, okay, now we get the cycle.
Oh. Too quick from Willa this time, too quick. T1 pushes so well there around the pixel, and they're so quick to turn. They blue trinketed and then they needed to wait. I think Willa was a bit too quick here on the trigger finger here. He needs to take it easy. And now at this point it'll be very hard because Lucian's gonna finish his rapid fire cannon, and all will be good. Now this is one of those games, a great example of where a serrated Dirk has done a lot of work. Let's be honest. It's like this serrated Dirk, like there's been so much fighting in the bot side, constant, that the serrated Dirk actually had like plenty of value this game. Yeah, another issue though here is just that Nar is so strong. It's so strong. How does Liv Sandbox play teamfights in late game with the comp? They just do, right? Violed, and then they kill a target, and then they, you know, use Silas ult with Gragas ult, or maybe with Nar ult. Like, they have some tools, right?
Sandbox have a decent amount themselves, but especially T1 from ahead here, I think they're going to be able to utilize that more and more as we get more of these picks. Speaking of which,
yeah, this is going to be probably from closer. He's going to go Hourglass into Void into Deathcap because he can't buy Shadow Flame second.
Misclick forward into 4 of them. He knows he's super tanky. I kind of want to give him like the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, the issue is that I think that yeah, the issue is that he doesn't have a lot of options for the second item. It's like a really cocktail version could be. The thing is, there's no clean second item. There's no clean second item here for Silas. It's like, even though Hourglass is not that great, the issue is that Shadow Flame is bad. And then the second item will always not be clean. So here he needs to go Hourglass into Void Staff into Deathcap. But that's the issue with Road of Ages, right? What about Morello? It's really bad. The whole point, Warrington, is that we're not buying Shadow Flame because we don't want Pen. There's too many mercs already on the enemy. Nar has mercs, Wukong has MR, there's too much MR already. So we don't want to buy Shadowflame because it will be inefficient. He just got bonked. Right, trading side, but the Faker is very strong. Like, my man's tonky, dude. This is okay. Oh, Woody Fruity! Do you ever get Pen in this build? Yeah, you get Void. Alright, Faker's dead. He doesn't have W.
And they will, as the turret is on top of Willer instead. And nicely juggled aggro gets him the kill. And that's okay, but look at your bot lane.
Yeah, this is terrible. I've seen this so many times. It's like if Wunder is dying on side, it means that it's good to die on side. That's crazy. T1 macroed it.
They're pretty good at trading map objectives like this. This is definitely something that you know, it's like a T1 style. The immediate second they notice that a bunch of members of the enemy team are going to one direction, they go the other.
Narwhal, I would send. This third Drake here looks very rough for Live Sandbox.
This is very well done by Faker. Doesn't end up mattering for the results as he is able to get Closer back. Closer has to flash, but with 3 people here, you're always going to die. But just buying time here is a big risk. They go down the next shift, they have to invest both Willer and L. And immediately, T1 gets the bot inner and the mid inner as well, which is an incredible amount of gold.
That's a tweet.
5.5k. And it is very tough to see an angle. Now, Sandbox do have a great pick comp, so a single miss position of T1 can snowball into many great things, but who do you kill? Because engaging onto Faker is hard, engaging onto Owner is hard, and Zeus is kind of self-explanatory, so it's really just Uma and or Carry.
Yeah, the Live Sandbox have an issue here, is that they actually need to think about... Basically, when T1 get IE on Lucian, they will press every button. They will press every button and they will force Nash and they will GG you. This is probably the best window you'll ever get to fight. I think that right now Burdul is hard trolling his build. Like, I don't know where he's going with this Hextech alternator. Like, this is a very rough look. Azir will never be useful this game. This is 13-3, guys. This Azir will never be useful.
Player that he has such a long history against, and it definitely not even remotely working out. And then that in isolation,
I don't know what the fuck he's buying, but there's no alternator item that is correct to buy. That is my point.
T1 is up a Drake, a Hextech Drake, and is up 4k gold. So neither of the parts worked out.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an issue. Like I think Live Sandbox's draft on paper was quite strong. Just the execution of it, especially in the top side of the map, was a little bit of an issue.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I think going to
My man needs Void stuff. The thing is, it's like Azir's economy is in such a dumpster that there's no real like. Wow, okay, gets the E as well. Oh, that's the flash. Oh yo 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 yo. Okay. Yeah, Shadowflame is not great, right? We already talked about Silas not buying Shadowflame second for the same reasons. Now Will has no flash. T1 are also so good at timing smites together. Yeah, Azir has shit economy. Oh, okay, Burdul. He got Faker, but he flashes out. Live Sandbox know they need to make something happen here or it's GG. Yeah, they have to try. T1 is a bit too clean with it, man. It's like Sandbox, they're trying to fight here because the moment the enemy bases the game, they know the game is over already, so... So, okay, Burdul went alternator into this stone. I don't even remember what it's called anymore. Not that it would matter, right? His economy is in the dumpster. It's fun to talk about. Blighting Jewel. Yeah. I just greedy here of Silas to take the neutral wave. It's like the enemy had prior full control over river and Willer's trying to cover for the Silas and then he burns flash and then closer dies anyway. It was just poor macro from Liv Sandbox. They just need to try to force on the mid wave. I think there's no other play that they have. And then here, like Liv Sandbox, they know if we don't continue here, we need to try to burn some Nashers here and try to get some kills in, because the enemy bases, we're just doomed. Could you do a hypothetical all-star team with one player from each major region? Yeah, sure.
I think Liv Sandbox felt a little bit desperate trying to make a play.
Like,
they are in a very desperate position. Yeah. I agree with you.
Let's say it would have to be residents.
You know, if you give the Baron away, you're probably not going to win the game either.
So Berto is one assist away from equalizing his previous. Oh man.
Yeah. Otherwise, the team will just end up like full Korean anyway.
Could happen, but I don't think it's very likely. Valdez
be better than 0-4. Well, we'll see if he can do it. The crown choice just keeps getting procced. There's not really a lot of ways to keep it up and available for fights, unfortunately. So, yeah, T1 just going to do a 4-1. They've got Zeus, who's incredibly strong, so easily can be the one. The cask here, decent amount of damage, but very well respected by the side of T1. They take down the inhibitor. They back away.
I wonder what happens when teams just doesn't fight all game versus T1. You will just lose. You're gonna get pushed out of lanes, you'll have to be basing, you will lose turrets, you will lose all objectives. You will just lose.
Yeah, I didn't have... oh, he did have Smite available, but might want to save it for a...
For what, Chronicler?
For a steal
for what?
On this dragon, right?
For the Raptors?
Yeah, maybe. And... you can look...
Yeah, it's not fair as well, like they are actually...
Well, not from top, unfortunately. Funny as it sounds for the state of Azir in this game, but Closer is level 16. Maybe you can get Void Staff, and Envy is getting closer to IE, but with the map state.
They're in trouble.
Unless T1 makes some colossal mistakes, this is looking like a very secure first game victory.
It's looking like it. They're going to take down bot inhibitor. This is all without Baron, by the way. Down goes the crown, just going to cask him away. As they will push into mid and use their oversized wallets to just be very annoying. Owner with no playful trade strategy. He's just actually gets himself caught against the wall. So that is going to put an end to the push. As here comes a little TP, okay. A little chase from Liv Sandbox.
They have an inkling.
Trying to make something happen. Yeah, they're trying to ward it down, but Bertle
doesn't have flash.
Yeah. And the issue is that Faker immediately just body slams if Bertle tries to get in. And with no flash, lack of playmaking ability in these later game team fights, as we mentioned. But they got Owner.
They postponed the end of the game for a little bit.
True. Yeah.
Go next, please.
For a large amount of time.
Watch this. Oops.
Yeah, just an oops moment.
Come on, Owner, we won't end.
I think he got interrupted as he was trying to W over the wall.
We saw the song and dance on bot side. 3v3 fights and then just second Drake fight. The Gumiushi maneuvering was just too good.
We got IE on Envy, and we got double Void Staff, which is nice.
Okay. Alright.
Still not enough. No, there's two side inhibitors down, which are the worst inhibitors to be down.
That guy was just dead, by the way, if he just ER'd.
T1 can take it easy, light and breezy, just run down at the inhib.
There's only one inhib left, so might as well. Going for it.
And it's all over.
Here, Closer gonna steal this cask once again. And he hits the Gnar. Faker again, not like super.
Okay.
The build he has gone for.
Liv Sandbox are feeling it.
Build, essentially.
Okay, they're feeling it. When are they gonna pull the trigger? They're waiting for Silas ult maybe. Silas ult is ticking. 10 seconds down. Will they find something? Oh, Closer with the E dash forward. Gumiushi didn't pull the trigger. They know they can just wait the enemy out. The enemy needs to be the one pulling the trigger. The cannon, the super minions, everything is coming in at the same time. This is your moment, Burdle. This is your moment. Oh, Gragoon, why did you do this, Gragoon? It was not necessary. Yes, the hourglass. Okay, the engage is a bit too clean. Oh, Owner with the hourglass. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. I thought first they kind of grifted by engaging under the turret there, but it doesn't matter.
Just 20 seconds to let no, I'm joking. T1 with
Azir ended with the exact same stats the last time Burdo played Azir top. 0-3-1. Crazy.
That was a lead that he got single-handedly in a counter-picked matchup. And
So we're taking
steady point for T1 to play towards. Then add to that the power of the Gragas, right? The disengage that it was able to provide into the dive from Sandbox was really, really big. And after 2 failed dive attempts in bot lane and around the dragon, didn't end up working out. Sandbox didn't have a lot of tools left in the toolbox.
Alright, my team would be... I would take Upset from Europe. I would take Rookie from China. I would take Blabberfish from NA. And then I would take... There's only 4 major regions, so I'm gonna take Zeus and Korea.
That's the most damage in the game, and maintaining his 100% win rate on that one, Valdez. And
Yeah, in LCK you reviewed the VOD right away.
like kind of an everywhere diff. And for Sandbox, they need to find a different angle in game number 2 if they do want to take down T1.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that was game number 1. T1 will take it down as we will have a game number 2 right after the break and the space.
Korean tops are just a different breed, nothing has ever come close. That's really untrue. There's some crazy Chinese top laners that definitely come close. Like, think about Bin. Or Qingtian right now. 369. Like, that's some great top laners. YSKM. I don't know where YSKM is from. Is he from VCS? YSKM? What a G. Ale is also fantastic, yeah. Bro, Bin on Camille. Maybe I can find the vote, guys. Bin on Camille. Yes. Don't Chinese pro have mainly domestic success? I don't remember a good Chinese top. My man has suppressed the memories of Suning Bin. Is this the video? Fuck, I don't think this is the video. Bin barrel? Let's go bin barrel.
That's it, that's Dragon Soul. Oh, but as they back out, they're not put together. You got gameplay.
Oh!
Can you do it? Huge! My God! One moment, one shot, one barrel. That's all you need. Shooting. They find their shot, they find their fight, and that's it. Just like that.
By the way, like, let's break it down, okay? First, he barrels, okay? Let's break it down. first barrel combo. It's a basic attack one. Into barrel again, into Q barrel. It's 2 barrels, by the way. Crazy, man. It just keeps going, guys. Oh! Oh my God! Oh no! Oh my goodness. Crazy. That's crazy, guys. The thing is, the skill of this is not what he did. It's more about the fact that he postures to invite this. Not a lot of top laners. It's like, this looks very losing, but he's inviting this. So Lee Sin is already dead, and his team is out. He is inviting this. That's what makes this play so good. It's not about the fact that he does it, because mechanically it's not that hard. It's more about the decision to posture here. Because if you look at this play, right, the only person that knows that this is gonna happen right here in a game with really good players, the only person that knows that this is gonna happen is the Shy. No one else. These guys don't know. They're like, oh shit, the Shy is inting again. Nobody knows. Only the Shy knew. That's what makes this so cool. Shit. Shit, I can't find it. Yo, this Yumi is spooky, dude. Smebirelia? I don't remember Smebirelia.
De ser peligroso en línea mientras Ning sube arriba por Smep.
Cuidado con Smep, que puede estar en problemas haciendo una gran línea de momento Duke, la verdad, metiendo mucha presión. Van a por él, Smep en problemas, va a tener que escapar, va a llegar, ¡qué bien! ¡Qué bien! ¡Lo ha hecho Camille! ¡Barbe! El stun es bueno, pero esto va a ser la primera sangre. ¿Para quién? ¡No!
I remember this actually.
¡No me lo puedo creer! ¡No!
Oh, he revives, guys, he's fine.
No puede ser verdad. No puede ser verdad.
Holy. Wait, what the fuck is this? Okay, so we have Swain last pick. Honestly, Swain not too bad here. I guess I just released a video, guys. I just released a video. Chinese version, no sub.
情况影响杀几个表的帅被定住了，那追击有点难。Rookie 这边现在就要小心自己的位置，有大招，先看一下自来打上来，搞什么东西啊？
还没有，
打牛，给了个1.5，我死了，这卡面没大，慢点，先走，
可以，慢点，
卡面没大，
不，先走，
要走，不然大龙没了，哇，可以，你们可以，go，
哇！
他怎么这么
哇！
大龙没了，
shit！
我死了，这卡面没大，先走，
可以，慢点，
卡面没大，
不，先走，
要走，不然大龙没了，哇！可以，你们可以，go，
man, that's too funny. Thank you, Jizuke. Oh man, that's so fucking funny, man. Oh man. That is too funny. Wow. I like that the Shy is not saying anything, man. I think probably he plays with teammates on full mute. He's like, bro, I'm dancing in this game. Guava smoothie or mango smoothie? Guava. Let's see if Fnatic's uploaded, honestly. I'm curious. I'm curious what's cooking. Picture of the Fnatic head office. Dardo, Sam, coaching staff, players. Let me get this straight. We get rid of my most solid player in the last split, replace it with an ERL top laner, keep our mid-jungle duo as synergized in 2 years, and Upset is not coming back. I really always try to give the benefit of the doubt to every roster goes through this team, but I really can't expect much from this team. I think, well, we'll just have to wait for winter 2024 for another actual chance of doing something. Though, after benching Healy, Wunder and Upset, arguably our 3 best players in the span of a split, I really don't know what to think anymore. I guess it's time for me to finally comment on this. The main thing, guys, you know, So basically, what you guys need to keep in mind, right, is either way, Fnatic has fucked up. Either way, right? One situation is where they've decided to bench Wunder for Oscarinin, right? That is complete grief. Or the situation where no one considers, where Wunder just doesn't want to play because of the team, because of the staff, because of the whole situation. Okay? And that's important to keep in mind, right? It's the same when people say Upset is being benched. Yo, maybe Upset just doesn't want to play. Maybe Wunder just doesn't want to play, right? And that's a problem in itself, you know? That's definitely a problem in itself. And that side of it is important to consider. But either way, right, it's Fnatic's fault. If Fnatic has created an environment where a top laner doesn't want to play, or the roster where the top laner doesn't want to play, or where Upset doesn't want to play, that is their mistake 100% through and through. It's like if you have no faith, if you have no faith in the situation, right? Why would you expose yourself to that? I agree with the notion with the comments. If it's like, I agree that this is a mistake from management, right? But I don't think that they chose to do this. Rox will not be the Fnatic's LSC support next split. The organization explores several options, including Academy support at VN. Rox had a very rough split, right? Very rough split. I think he got thrown way too deep. He got thrown way too deep. So as I know as well, Rox didn't practice at all. Like, he played so little solo queue. I couldn't find the solo queue accounts, and I knew most of them, right? And maybe he was just overwhelmed. Maybe he just was overwhelmed. Okay, so T1 ban Lucian, open Ashe. Let's see if they're going to go for like a Nautilus angle here into this. Or if they're just gonna go Kate Varus. Oh, Kate is open, okay. Yeah, it's like, it's just that he got a slot on the team where he played 2 games with Worlds, right? And then he gets to play in a meta where he's not that good in, and he didn't take the chance to practice hard. That's a story for... it's like the story of... it's like sometimes you have players that all they want to do is play in the LEC, and when they do, they stop trying. And I'm not saying that's the case for Rox, but I'm saying that I've seen that. I've seen that many times.
But Sejuani and Ashe, even when Ashe was still like being let through, this combo generally meant bad things, and you're playing 2 relatively immobile AD carries into one of the best hard engage duos that we do have available.
I kind of like blue side here. I definitely like blue side. Is this gonna be the T1 game 2 we're 1-0 up? Fun game? Maybe he plays on Secret Dark like Kaiser. I would be very careful. Like, I wouldn't say this unless I knew.
Get into the second stage of bans here. What are we going to be looking for the solo lanes? The Jax ban leads us towards potentially Zeus going back to the Gnar, which I think is, you know, it's fine. You get 11 out of 11. It's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, Zeus R4ing Gnar here could be answered by Yone on Sandbox's end, but if you ban away the Sylas, then you're kind of locked into Akali, which can be very tough to play into a composition that, when it gets mid-prio, is going to be a big threat. As they don't even believe that this that this Lee is going to. I respect it. I love it. The Akali gonna be the ban. Instead, Akali has seen more success recently than Sylas. Sylas has struggled.
I like blue side a lot more here.
And maybe if they go Sylas,
I don't think Lee can really keep up with what Sejuani wants to do, but I never heard your thoughts on maximum support meta. I think it's like a strong full lane, but if something goes wrong and you're not T1, then you're gonna feel the pain of it. T1 is very good at playing the poke game,
like, what if he's playing Gragas?
Oh, no.
Do you know why a player would use a secret account? Seems weird, to be honest. What do you mean? How is that weird? To make scouting harder. All of the teams, they pay attention to all of the players' solo queue accounts just to see what they are practicing. It's a really standard practice to have a secret account.
Okay, so this can go mid, this can go top. We can also have Lee top with Gragas jungle and like a non... T1!
Okay, so it's just Dragoon. You remember Alien Soul 2018?
But I can't...
I think it's okay if they keep cooking. As long as it turns out well, you know.
Did people ban it against us?
We have seen the Gnar be very successful into Gragas. Was actually one of the reasons why Gnar came back in the match. Gragas was blind at the ton. But it also means that Zeus can now lock Irelia.
Yeah, Zeus is already talking, so I think the Gragas is definitely going mid. And maybe not. I mean, at this rate, maybe it's Faker playing.
Okay.
Gragas is in the jungle.
So we have Gragas mid, and then Yasuo top. Honestly, here, Yasuo win wall is really OP. Really OP. It's like, this is the highest value Yasuo win wall you're ever gonna get.
Not gonna be the case here. Obviously makes your...
Hard to think of a better Yasuo win wall.
Particularly Yasuo.
Ash?
Better, but...
Ezreal?
He might be playing Lee Sin.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna...
Well...
Okay, so they're acting... They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
But it will be owner on the Lee.
Lee Sin mid might be better than Lee Sin jungle, I think.
That's what we're looking at here. As I also think it's Keria that ended up playing the Caitlyn based on the final position there. Was it?
Is that Wolf? He's such a cutie.
I'm pretty sure we're getting Keria Caitlyn, Yuma Jhin. This is locked in, guys. And then Gragas mid, Lee jungle, and then Yasuo top, and then for Sambo.
They went Caitlyn support?
No surprise. It's what you'd expect. T1 are really on an arc here where it's like, yeah, we just pick whatever we feel like and we just play it.
Caitlyn support instead of Jhin support. Why would you do that?
As you mentioned before, have they gone too far? Have they cooked too much? Because they've done this in the past and it's fallen flat on their faces.
The T1
before.
game number 2 is a classic, Valdez.
It's a classic. It wouldn't be the first time it happens.
I wouldn't mind.
They also gave over Ash to Juani. I mean, they gave a lot of power to the...
Do you think Aurelion will popular in pro play when he's available next split?
It's just going to come down to, you know, obviously you got to get through this early stage in the top side of the map. But either way,
I feel like Jhin or Kate is same versus Ezreal. I'm thinking just itemization wise, also Caitlyn is just better with crit than Jhin is with lethality, you know? Like,
I just want to see what happens.
Gragas is mid, guys. I don't know what we're talking about. Gragas jungle.
I just think it's pretty cool.
I don't think Gragas with gold is that interesting.
Weird things happening. Now, Gragas Yasuo is a combo that is very old.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And that, as far as I'm aware, has not seen any, if I don't know. I know it's not a lot. I don't know if it's any success in like recent LCK times, because it feels like it's like a D plus.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Jhin cannot run Halo Blades. Maybe that's the whole idea. Can you run Halo Blades? No, I can't. All right, I'll play Caitlyn so I can play Halo Blades.
We will have faith in Zeus to do just that.
Maybe that's it.
The combo of the Gragas and the Yasuo is very obvious. You will get both a body slam. And on Cask, a great
Halo Blades Jhin. I wonder how much AD you get from Halo Blades.
Are the major knockups that you are going to be looking towards to enable this Yasuo. And then on bot side, as mentioned, it will be Gumayushi, and maybe it's neither.
Oh, here we go. Just using everything.
Oh, he dodged the Q, very big. They win that because of that.
Can't get away. The flash on in, and Envy will collect first blood as Guma.
Oh, he's dead too. He's dead.
Will be able to take down Kyle, but yeah, now he
Gumayushi, need to buy time, so as you can't push. Buy time, Gumasushi. Come on, man, run. Run, you need to buy time.
Lee's on the way.
Envy's not pushing. Envy's not pushing.
As Envy's gonna hit level 2. That's gonna be the end of him. As the bottom lane of Live Sandbox gives 2 kills over to Envy's Ezreal.
And here is
It's okay, it crashes.
We have learned very early on this split. It's that Ashe level 1 is not okay.
It's okay, they're on time.
Not balanced, Valdez. You can't win.
Bro, Ashe is like 80 AD level 1. It's a bit stupid.
Uh-oh.
Willer.
Get on top of Faker.
Okay, had to flash actually.
Not going to be able to do it, but they do force his flash.
Those are threatening. Not going to end up going for it. And
Let's see what kind of Ezreal build we will see. Yeah, Ashe Ezreal level 1 is monster strong. Jhin doesn't have enough bullets.
we have Envy. Very fed early on. That is a sheen.
Keria is ganking mid.
Sure.
This is
He's ganking mid?
Maybe waiting for chains to be used? Not going to be the case.
okay.
Okay. Well, I guess he's not ganking mid. He's going to go back down bot. His top lane, I mean, just pushing it in. Some pretty big waves. He's going to take
Double refillable on support.
on Willer. Spots him right away.
Oh, Willer. Willer.
I know that owner's here.
Wow.
And Willer does not have
Wow.
does not have the Arctic advance, so he's going to go down. And that
Jesus, owner.
calculated by owner to set that one up. Here comes no.
No. Faker's here. That's not.
That's not going to happen. He's just going to barrel in.
No hesitation.
What happened there? Because that can only happen if there's a complete misread on where owner is on the map.
Yeah.
So maybe
Guys, okay, that's another slow coming on in. They did a bunch to Envy.
Ooh, okay.
He was landing those
Uma
Qs.
still has 4th shot. Ooh, I'm loving the
He made
play.
this sound like, you know, someone told on the teacher or whatever, like, ooh.
Yeah, for super bots, it's Halo Blades is the whole problem.
That kill, Zeus is again accelerated as the extra damage here on carry actually proving to be very impactful.
The issue is Halo Blades is so good, and all AD carries are designed around the idea of having...
Things get weird. We don't get,
They're designed around having
toggle there. Then Envy is able to hit level 2 of
really high base AD level 1. This is the whole problem. It's like you can't be Heimerdinger with Halo Blades.
like this is a
Just blows.
Hold that thought. Owner is here.
Salas is also here.
Also here, it's closer, and he's level
Zeus has TP. Zeus has TP. Zeus TP. Zeus TP.
to get the knock up as it will be.
Oh, this is a disaster for Live Sandbox, I think.
Eventually goes down, but so
Oh, es double. He has double buffs.
just left to the wolves. As that
Oh, man.
and they just totally wipe them down on the bottom side of the map.
pivotal teleport there from Zeus.
Oh, man. I respect Live Sandbox. I respect Live Sandbox.
It was already a very ambitious dive.
Live Sandbox really, you know who they remind me of? They remind me of 2018 Vitality. They really remind me of them. And this is us playing against 2018 Fnatic.
As the CC chain isn't quite there. Owner really good, doing a really good job of body blocking, and yeah, at the moment that Zeus arrives, you know that this is that this is not happening. It's you're down a member, and the
Well, something was happening.
well, you know it's not happening when you're sandbox.
But T1's awareness, situational awareness, like Lee Sin is already defending the dive. Yasuo's pressing B. It's like everything is just so pre-planned.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wait, really?
So,
This is the last time we saw Yasuo and Gragas together.
I can swear that we saw it recently. Let's try again.
Oh,
Well, here we go again.
there's no wave, there's no wave.
Charm as they get in. There's no
Okay.
they say, and they will take down the Jhin. As we are just having an insane amount of action already.
I don't know if they're gonna win this game, but
Yeah, the TP to bot for Yasuo was on base timer of Gnar and himself, so he lost absolutely nothing.
Live Sandbox to you.
I would like to take this chance. The TP bot.
But
there's absolutely nothing.
Live Sandbox, old Sandbox I enjoyed. Live Sandbox, they are
The WLCK champ does whatever the fuck he wants.
same play stuff for like the last 4 years, and I appreciate their commitment to the bit.
Wait.
Oh my
What?
god. Yeah, that shouldn't be shocking, but it is.
I mean, I knew he had an insane win rate, which is part of the reason why I'm like, there's, you know, the
Owner was playing only Lee Sin on like T1, like almost having perfect split.
Like, come on, that's so...
And even with that second dive working out and Envy being like monstrously fed, they're still very substantially behind in gold. This is only 1k, but we're very early in. We have an incredible amount of kills. Also,
yeah, the issue both of these games is like there's a lot of good action happening bot, but then there's top gap. Lee Viego winner is depending on team, 90 or 20. One of them is like, oh, you can play Lee Sin because your team carries. And then the other side is, oh, my team is so bad, I'm gonna try to carry. And then I pick Lee Viego.
got solo killed again, twice. No, it's not even his fault.
Well, maybe Zeus was able to get teleport advantage, but that wouldn't have saved them anything.
No, Griddle had teleport.
Oh.
Boom.
In that case.
Well, I mean, can't do anything. Right?
Yeah.
Unleash teleport, not a thing. And this time there's no teleport, and the play is clean. Closer says thank you, Faker, for the ultimate.
Yeah, this time around Closer changed all of his runes. I appreciate that he did. He went Conqueror, W Max. I think it just makes more sense against Gragas. I felt the same way when
36 seconds, 36.
I don't remember who it was, but someone played against Cap Zac, and he went like first strike. I get that you can farm, but in extended fight you will never win. So you don't win to push, you don't win extended fight.
Much to get going, and he's already going. So just gotta see.
Well, last game he even went dematerializer instead of cookies.
The last time we saw it was
like he just had no mana.
Was because oftentimes if you fall behind, it just falls.
He went Dema instead of cookies, which was crazy.
So oftentimes what happens, as Zay should know that someone's coming up here. He's trying to go the other way now. I'm not sure if he's going to get out of this one, though.
Okay, yeah, so things.
He does have a wave. Maybe he could try to just execute himself and, well, no, he's actually...
He's like, should I execute? Nah, I want the wave.
For the turn, as no knockup allowed, going to miss it onto Birdall. This is going to be him wasting as much time as possible.
And it does buy a lot of space for the bottom half of the map. We don't have unleashed teleports. Closer does have his available, but Faker
every time T1 die on side, it's like both Faker and Zeus are so good at leveraging like odds. It's like they're only pushing forward when it's like borderline int for the enemy to gank you, even if they don't have information. I don't know how many times I see Faker dying on side and then T1 take a tier 2, they take a tier 2 mid. And it's something that you have to do. It's like sometimes you're playing Jace on top and then it's like, should you walk away from turret? No, if the enemy jungle is not matching us bot to the play that we are doing now, they're inting, so you just walk up and you play odds. And that's like sometimes the correct play to do.
Then on top of that, he got a double kill. So this is a very much needed moment of respite. Is Envy actually the one with the most damage being dealt? Makes sense, because he got an Essence Reaver at like...
Godrink is finished already.
That'll do it. And yeah, Carrier does have his Umbral Glaive now done, and with Gumayushi also going for the lethality build is great when it comes to setup, but does mean you won't have Guild Force, and I think Guild Force into specifically Ashe Sejuani actually can be quite big.
In for this one, as it is Ezreal, and the arrow comes in. This is Ashe Sejuani. Guma is so dead. He's not able to last hit that. He's actually going in more onto Carrier here. Expecting some follow-up. He's going to take a turret shot and has to heal. He's really, riding that live sandbox wave,
You gotta just keep going, Valdez.
He just wanted to trade flash. Because he knew if he flash hits, the Ezreal has no E. Okay. I actually think that they win, no? Gragas Lee here. Go Drinker. Well, I guess Ashe is hovering, so they can't take the fight.
It was either Aftershock or the second, or like the end of the ultimate that got the kill there. Would have been really nice if Envy picks that one up. Not going to be the case. Instead, going over to Willer, who will be moderately tankier.
Wow, really?
Looking for more no subs, as you mentioned, and it's just alley-ooped over to Owner.
Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. What the fuck, dude?
We're fighting across the board, 16 kills. T1.
I don't know, I loved watching T1's games. They are so mechanically intense, dude. Jesus Christ. You know, the only thing that is like crossing my mind, like the only thing that I'm thinking about, you know, when this is crossing my mind, it's like there's not a lot of teams that go for this. That's the only thing that is like, oh, this is something that not a lot of teams will go for. It's like very, very narrow that they have lethal and everything needs to be played perfect. And you need to really, really trust that your teammate's gonna play it well.
It's fine up until the point where he takes the turret for no reason.
It was for the mental victory, Chronicler. You gotta learn. He's saying 3 seconds on Q. I'm leaving.
He flashes out of the arrow, but that kills Faker as well. He's like, no, 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 no. I need my poke points. Come on, I need to live. I need the dragon.
Now, 2019 Griffin was not like this.
See if he,
Almost got it. The first series 6 days ago between.
Yeah, it's more like 2018 IGM. I get the same feeling when I'm watching Rookie play, like nowadays. It's like I watch top esports, it's like, wow. Okay. That's Rookie. But like when I watch a Knight play, I'm like, wow. Not a lot of teams will do this.
Never mind. If they were gonna go for a play, probably wasn't gonna turn out.
It's my favorite thing to think when I'm watching pro play. Wow. Not a lot of teams will do this.
So, I mean, okay, Burl's actually gonna step up to this. He's got some help. This is just a Caitlyn, so at the end of the day, just harass damage from Keria, and it is quite a bit of damage.
Very sad state of affair for Bertle. He does still have the reinforcement, so still doesn't have to be too worried. And we might get a 4v4 here.
Yeah, 2019 G2 wasn't like... They were mechanically good, but they weren't like mechanically like mind-blowing. It was more about like how good they were macro-wise.
The shift was down, and so is Envy. Down he will go. Sedjas goes on to Lee Sin, but he's alone, and now Ash is gone too. As Zeus is just farming kills now. That is 2 more on the board for the Yasuo top.
Doesn't matter if Jin's behind, he is just there to support.
Yeah. It is over 2-0.
I think Closer is very dead.
2020 Summer down 1?
I guess he was trying to push.
Not really, no.
Objective, but yeah, he's just gonna go down, so that's another kill for Owner.
At this point, you guys are just mentioning teams that were really, really good. There's this essence of mechanical play that we are talking about. That is like really, really wow. Yes, 2018 IG is correct. Suzuki mentioned that one.
Because in that scenario, like Envy is caught in the middle, and he needs to simultaneously dodge shots and get away from Zeus. Now, one of those would have been possible. Both, definitely not.
Did you buy this hoodie?
Yeah, just gets way too far forward.
It's the Antwoord.
They know he doesn't have flash, so.
Yeah, and then Zeus just flashes in, and at that point, once he has
I think that was the last time the gap was so just too huge. No, I think the issue that Worlds is that the majority of LPL teams and majority of LCK teams were actually not that great. I love you, Mowgli, but you had to carry your team to get to quarterfinals with your Olaf. Nowadays, I feel like always the 3 teams that, or the 4 teams that Korea is sending are all like really, really good.
for Sandbox is that previous to that skirmish, the game state was pretty okay.
Oh, he has IE.
Yeah.
It's like KT was also up there, you know. KT could go blow for blow with IG.
Not so good.
KT 2018 was also nuts. But I think there was no other teams. Like, KT and IG were the teams at Worlds. And Fnatic could compete, but only to a certain point.
I don't see it, Feldes. I don't see the angles anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe the Ashe Sejuani combo.
They do have a ton.
Oi!
Just baiting, I guess.
He's so smart. Uburdul.
In the middle of the map, both teams looking for an owner, not gonna get
Whoosh. 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 Whoosh.
That's a second one.
Just so OP, guys.
Birdo with a nice ult, but still flash in, and owner goes back in. He definitely tasted the blood way too much from this Lee Sin player. But I guess it's okay in this game. As the root comes down onto Envy, he's also probably dead.
RNG played well into IG every time in LPL. Yes, but we're talking about Worlds, right? RNG won against IG in the finals. Like, IG didn't even win Summer Finals 2018. Everyone thought RNG is gonna win Worlds. Coming into Worlds. But then there was a patch.
They can just off the back of this, they win. They can just take the dragon now. But no, we're not taking the dragon because Guma gets the double there, is able to hit some great.
It's so unfortunate actually that the net doesn't land there on Ezreal because he would have gotten rooted by Jin W and he would maybe just die too.
All his good instincts to just take the Q and then go and then dies and then this drive-by from Willow, like I thought it was actually gonna
Ish, what are they doing?
Does get his fourth shot up, which does end up getting him the triple. They get the dragon, and now the gold lead is still 5k. So I guess
respect Prowler's Claw by.
Okay. Kuma went Prowler's Claw. I'm so proud.
Wow.
Look at that.
Nice.
Nice. Prowler's Claw is a great idea.
It gives you bonus lethality
very, very
on
good.
your other items.
Yeah, which generally much better than ability haste.
Excel Wonder.
It's great.
Do more damage.
Now he's playing into Sejuani, so Wheeler will be happy with his choice. Everyone else, not so much.
Feels like it hasn't. The game, funnily enough, has.
He's going Prowlers for the statistic, guys. That's all.
This early on, the Sedge Ashe actually.
The enemy has to have a lot of armor for Eclipse to actually be better. It's like 4% to match 5 lethality. That's a lot.
And speaking of which, he has also died 5 times. Unfortunate for Closer.
The only one. This is Bruno's like, guys, I'm doing better. Come on.
Liv Sandbox will win this.
No. T1 just gonna go ahead and take down the Baron here, as we are just gonna throw everything.
Get him, Wheeler.
Okay, Wheeler.
Get him.
Underneath.
They won't let him get him, right?
No, they're just gonna kill him, right? Not do the damage.
Oh, oh!
And it kind of gets flipped, but Owner still is going to get the smite down. And that is what it comes down to. The Meganar not coming in. That's the knockup. I thought maybe Zaves would be going in on that. Kyle flashing in. Looking to try to get the slows down. As Lillard's like, wait, you actually hurt. I don't want to.
How many random women ask you out every week?
Yeah, not
None.
so much armor. Well, I guess he's got a decent amount actually. Didn't go for Warmox this time on the Sedge.
So,
but it's still a Baron.
Yeah, it looks close, but it wasn't.
Sometimes in Twitch chat, I get hit on.
Starts with a pick on Closer here. No business being this far up the lane without any semblance of control. Goes down immediately. Not the best look. Maybe getting a bit blinded by the
Timmy the Turtle.
And there's no kick. They're on Owner. So Wheeler just goes in, has to try, and
I don't know why. When me and Jizuke, we were in China, RNG invited us to go to this club. And this club, a lot of men hit on me, man. I don't know why. That's my only experience. Getting hit on by men.
I was just cheering for more action because I feel like now
No, it was...
gonna kind of roll over it, you know.
Shit was weird, dude.
Willer got it. It's like, ooh, who knows what's gonna happen now?
You're definitely right.
It was like a first-time thing. But I was very polite about it. I was like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, you know. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Over the wall, they're turning it. Owner goes down. Faker in a lot of trouble as well. Doesn't matter how tanky he is, even with the Saros. That's a couple of kills into the pockets of Live Sandbox.
Birdo is this is the 5th time he's in his promos. Okay?
No, this was
3 times it was his fault that he didn't make it. He didn't have the best of games, but he's really trying now.
This was a regular club, guys.
Great catch there. T1 getting overzealous, and hey, this is Bounty Gore.
With ladies dancing on tables and shit.
They're being lined up again. Live Sandbox on the comeback. 800 gold.
They had really cool shoes. They had like a collection of like rare shoes on the wall.
He's still really fed. I mean, he's got 3.
She was cool, man.
There's the combo that we talked about before. Ash and Sejuani very strong, and the disengage not quite enough. Birdo does get momentarily stopped, but is still able to get his ultimate off crucially. And once you're actually on top of the composition of T1, things get a little better, provided that they don't 100-0 you first, which Zeus is approaching his BT and is already hard to kill and will be even more hard to kill. Once that comes through, also Envy didn't get the memo and did go for Duskblade, so he will be stealthy. Hoping to get a kill early on in the fight.
Honestly, Ezreal's looking like he can carry this. Let's see what he's cooking. But Yasuo's so strong. Let's see the win wall as well.
He's going for the comeback.
That's the comfort zone, Valdez.
He's going for the comeback. Zeus is level 16, the highest in the game right now. 3rd level of the Yasuo last breath. Yeah, they're kind of on the chase, actually. Owner gonna get the
Oh, they got the Ezreal. He can't carry. Can't carry when you're dead, bitch. Jesus.
The Yasuo combo just a bit too much. As that is
honestly, Owner. Give Owner MVP already, man. Give Owner MVP. Wow. Give Owner MVP, man. Give Owner MVP right now.
They thought they had cornered Owner. Little did they know.
Closer.
It was all set up.
What is Faker doing? Oh boy. He's just having a great time. Like, this is peak League of Legends right here. And yeah, just, you know, having a bit of fun standing behind them, but they are just going to take the turret and back away. Don't want to overdo it.
Now, this is a tough question, Valdez. Do I vote for Owner or do I vote for Zeus?
I'm going to say Zeus.
Yeah, the early teleport kind of seals it for me.
The teleport, and he creates all the plays on the Rift Herald play. It's hard though. It's not a guarantee.
But this, like look at that play though from Owner. Yeah. Like that's sick.
It was very.
It looks like he is cornered, but little do they know they are the ones that are being set up around, and then member up here, or 2 members up rather. So very easy.
Beautiful.
On the kill.
Wait.
Yeah, Ezra.
Boom. Kaza.
Wait, like, and then he's like, wait, Ezreal. And then they cut him off there. So now, Live Sandbox, I feel like there's still a way. Funnily enough,
your feelings might be right, Valdez.
There is still a way.
Wait, where are you going with this? That they come back?
For Live Sandbox, yeah, I actually...
Oh, I don't know. As long as everyone just stand behind Zeus.
It's pretty oppressive.
Because we didn't even discuss it, because the game was much more about every single skirmish that happened in this 26.5-minute period. But Yasuo into the Ashe actually kind of makes sense when you think about it.
Is Kate useful here? Her job is done. She's gonna play some traps, do some damage. That's all.
Envy's ultimate.
Well, now there's not even an
and honestly, she has Hextech Soul, so she's pretty strong. Wow. Owner gets a little flankeroo again. Wunder. Zeus. Honestly, I have to give it to Owner the Boner this time around. Zeus took a big dump in the previous game against Burdle's Azir. But this game, Owner the Boner, is a bit too insane.
Take them down to the mid lane, and they have a lot of fun with this one. 34 kills in 27 minutes, plus Hex Soul.
I remember when Zeus, basically there was a time where T1 had Burdul, Zeus, and Kana was the starter. And I don't remember which team I was on, but I was like, guys, can we just go to T1 and ask them for one top laner? Like, any of the top laners, just ask them if they want to give us one. So let's have Zeus or Burdul or Kana, we would be very happy.
And after what was a much closer series between the two teams last time around, we do end up seeing T1 taking a decisive victory in this one over Sandbox. Sandbox gonna drop 0-2.
Shit, Sandbox look kinda destroyed, man. That's rough, man.
Players go a while back. Very obvious that in that first game,
fake in the middle, baby. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
As they have shown many a time,
don't you dare, guys.
Their hands stiff a decent amount when it comes to games as messy as this one.
All right, that wasn't a real salute, just a little one, just a cheeky one.
Look at Korean fans how well they draw. By the way, they just knew. They knew that he would play Yasuo.
Yeah, it's for summoning a demon.
Oh,
yeah, but a good one that helps you. Oh.
I think you can easily say that T1 have the best performing player in each position.
As owner got to play a game of Lee again. Lee, after the buff that he sold this patch, they're mostly for
I think you cannot
which generally has been one of its weaker points, but
it's like usually it's like, oh, Canyon, whatever, you know. It's like usually, oh, this player, Showmaker, Chovy's better than Faker, but right now I have to say T1, they are best in slot, by the way. 5 out of 5 set.
No idea. Not gonna. If I would tell you, Veldas.
All right.
I'm not in the business of withholding information. It was.
Just pick me Gragas mid, guys. Apparently it's OP. Just pick me Gragas mid. Just back-to-back Gragas mid. He's 5-0 on Gragas mid.
Actually making them sweat a little bit in the early game, the 2v2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Starting off really well for this Sandbox bot lane.
I really love
the Q missed here. The Q was so important.
The pace that T1 brought to the Rift. Like we both know that Live Sandbox, they play aggressively, they play.
Yeah, Halo Blades is yeah, the issue with Halo Blades, I think Halo Blades should just be reworked at this point, because no one was using it. It's like, who was using Halo Blades?
Doing their best, you know, given the situation.
The level 2 Xin Zhao that is gonna gank you. Gragas not OP is just a champ you play if you can't play anything else. I feel like having gold on Gragas is just so whatever. You just have buttons. But he just played back-to-back Gragas games. He was just feeling it or what? He was watching some Woody Fruity montage and he just decided to play some Dragoon. Yeah, the Yasuo value was really big here into the bot. But Owner the Boner, guys. Gragas is so good with Yasuo, but he can't know that the Yasuo is coming. They could have picked anything top that is good into Yasuo and he wouldn't pick Yasuo. It just, Nara is very specific for it. Yeah, Gumuyushi has this look about him. He looks like he's a businessman. He looks like he's a very successful businessman. Very sophisticated look. Nara's kinda meta right now though, isn't he? Yes, he is. But I'm saying, when Gragas comes in on 4 and they have Lee, you can't guarantee that the enemy is gonna pick Nar. Like, hey, Yasuo 5 was probably the best champion you could pick, yeah.
in a meta where Gnar picks generally don't get punished, T1 just casually like whipping out, hey, we got Gragas Yester now. What are you gonna do? That makes drafting a lot more scary, Veldas. If you are
Gragas most damage? Yeah, but damage done is like an inflated stat. It's like Gragas can just be laning against Sylas and it can be trade heavy and that's it.
Let's go over to the space and see what they had to say about that one.
Nothing happened. It's just not a lot of players can play Irelia good enough to win games.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Great cast.
Holy Huni was... Did you guys see Huni did a little dance? Huni just did a little shoulder dance.
So much stuff happened. It's not often that we get more than a kill a minute, and we just don't have enough highlights to really go through. And it all started in the draft, Huni.
Yeah, we need another highlight 264, but let's just start with the draft. It's kind of crazy again, like they bring it back to LCK. It's been 1,000 days. You know, Yasuo and Gragas' combo, and there's a Lee Sin too. So they set it up really, really well, and it's really good to see like how the T1 was doing, like around the top side. Like they were actually playing really accordingly around the airborne, and Yasuo just wait for the Yasuo to be around it. But the thing is, like Kate and Jean was kind of a little bit, you know, unsynced, but from the lane phase was not easy.
Oh, no microphone. Mic muted. I think his mic pack is just has no battery.
I think Wolf's microphone is a little bit not working. Sometimes we just wait for like half a second and then, yeah. All right, man, I can't, it's hard to summarize exactly what Wolf just said. But I guess I can try. Basically, it was difficult to play around the bottom side of the map because Caitlyn Jin struggle into the Ashe and Ezreal. Ashe first pick, of course, is very difficult to deal with. And let's get into highlight one, where we can figure out exactly what went wrong. Wolf, can you say something? No, I didn't. I don't think it worked. I think Huni, you can away from
Yeah,
now.
sure. I will cook it. Like the thing is, like the team, like they thought they could actually win. That's what I feel. But MV actually kind of outplayed.
Yay, Mohuni.
Really aggressive play and Ezreal, the consistent damage. You can't handle that. That's why they actually lost. It's just 2v2. But the thing is, like after this play, like they were able to make the bot play, like diving bot, like those kind of thing extra. But the thing is, like this play was.
What's happening in LPL, guys?
Ezreal ends up just getting ER at the level 6.
LPL is break day today, no? Or am I crazy? I think they don't have anything today.
Where we have just
Au début de saison, pas mal de drafts où on voyait que ça tentait beaucoup, mais c'était pas à un niveau très élevé, il faut le dire. Il y a eu des échecs, que ce soit mécaniques, des échecs de draft, des échecs au milieu des games.
Alaykoum salam.
Cette game aujourd'hui, la semaine dernière.
What's happening here? When he's out.
Rentrer dans leur forme de playoff, leur prochain adversaire.
I think it's time for me, guys, to have some breakfast. Flames on my body like I'm Charmander. Yo, I would very much so, guys, appreciate if you could interact with this video somehow. I would appreciate it super much. It helps me a great deal, actually. It makes such a big difference in terms of like a video having reach and not having reach. I feel bad for asking, right? But my mind's gotta eat out here, you know. I have to eat somehow. I need to survive. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'll be doing later is I'll review the K-Cup game, and then I will co-stream the LCS. So the LCS is kind of exciting. Look at that. We have Flagwoods versus 100 Thieves. We have Team Liquid versus Immortals Progressive. You won't be Fnatic coach again? I don't want to comment right now, guys. I can't comment right now. I'll comment when I can. It's like right now I can't say anything, so makes no sense for me to talk. All the best to all of you. Bye-bye. Why am I interacting with this video? Can you give context, please, aside from supporting you? Basically, if you interact with this video, right, then YouTube will think, okay, so the people that are watching this video are interacting with it, which means that they're going to show it to more people and recommend it to more people, especially the ones that are subscribed to me, and this is just how the algorithm works. The algorithm is very snowball heavy. It's like either a video pops off or it doesn't, and it's strictly dependent on the momentum of it. So the earlier you get views, the better it is, and it'll be shown to more people, right? Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you later. I'll be